What is up, YouTubers? Welcome back. Thanks again for checking out another of my videos. Recap. Disconnected all the leads, took off the throttle body, pulled out the engine, took off the cylinder head, took out the piston cylinder. We're here. Now we're going to go and follow DynamoUSA video. We're going to remove the Magneto. As he mentions, it's on page 5-53 of the service manual, or page 233 of the digital copy PDF file. Removing the starter coil assembly. We did the air guide, the air shroud. We disconnected the cable. So we're now going to remove the fan. Says it's an 8mm, so let's take a quick look here. 8mm. All right, cracking all the bolts. Not as bad, but okay. So remove the fan bolts. Let's go ahead and keep the labeling process going. Okay, step 5 is remove the AC Magneto Rotor, which is this thing. Gotta remove that. Says Dynamo says it's a 17mm. It's a 17mm. Okay, there we go. There we go. Don't be afraid to just give it a little oomph. Okay, so here's where we need the stator puller. Dynamo says let's go ahead and clean these threads out. I hope I didn't strip them with the impact gun because I'm stupid like that and it's fucking early morning. Okay, so here is my Magneto Puller. I picked this up from Dro Sports for relatively cheap, actually. I think so. Dynamo says be very, very careful. You don't want to cross thread these. Look, there's already a scratch on these threads. Thanks, fucking Dro. Take some engine oil. And lube these threads up. Take some engine oil, lube these threads up so you don't cross thread them and they go on really well. Back the pin all the way out, I'm pretty sure he said. You can watch the clip, links in the description, but he says this is cross-threaded, so going right is not righty-tighty, it's the opposite. Left is going to tighten it up. Nice and slow. I'm going to take my time, I'm going to make sure it doesn't cross-thread, and it feels like it's going in there pretty smooth. That's as far as I got by hand. Okay, so the GoPro was accidentally taking photos instead of videos. So we went ahead and used the flywheel puller, back this bolt all the way out. Make sure it's squared up. Okay, there we go, nice and easy. Make sure that it's threading on nice and easy. Do it by hand, okay? And then I tightened it as much as I could using the wrench, right? After that, I took the center bolt and I tightened that down by hand. And then I had to go to the store and get a 19mm wrench for my flywheel puller. And I had this wrench like this, and then this wrench like this. And then you want to make like kind of away from each other, so as you tighten down the center bolt, it pushes against that little center stud, and it slowly, I had to crack it. It took a lot more force than this. I had to crack it, and once it cracked it was coming loose. And then I was able to do it by hand, actually. And then you remove the flywheel. Okay, there was a washer right here that fell out, and then you want to be super, super careful that you don't lose this wood drift key or whatever they call it. Oh snap. Oh snap. This is super important. This keeps the timing. Oh, I'm so glad I had this magnetic thing. See how that just fell out, dude? If I lost that, it'd fuck my world up. Fuck my world up. You want to hold on to this little guy right there. Okay, so this is a specialty tool. You need this. I picked it up from Drill Sports. I have an aftermarket one of these, so this is going to go in the used bin. Okay, so what is the next step? I think we're going to have to remove these Phillips screw heads. And Dynamo says these are super, super, super soft. So you want to get the biggest Phillips you can that fits. He sprays it down with WD-40 to make sure they just lubes up a little bit. And then I'm going to try it by hand, but I might use the impact wrench like I did with these air shroud Phillips, because it cracked them right away versus me stripping at the Phillips. I'm going to go ahead and follow the service manual. So we're going to go to the locking plate, which is step 7, which is these guys up here. Let me find the biggest Phillips I got. We'll just go with the impact wrench just to be safe. And I'll just use the lowest setting real quick. Yeah, that worked perfect. Okay, just to crack it, and then I'll go ahead and do the rest by hand. What was that? PH3, Phillips head 3 is what I used. Okay, so we're gonna use the same Phillips head 3 and the torque wrench on the lowest setting to crack these guys here, because these, Dynamo says they're really, really soft and they strip hella easily. So I don't want to strip them. We're just gonna go ahead and boom. Boom, cracked. And I'll just finish them off by hand. Oh my god, impact wrench is a beast. Okay. Starter coil and the lock plate. The big ones are for the starter coil. Okay, so let's see if you can see this here. Okay, so basically I just pushed this through and it popped right out, and I'm able to go ahead and remove the cable one at a time right there, and there's the seal. Okay, so we're going to set this aside because we're going to use it again. Boom. Okay, now we're down to the oil pump. Got the Woodruff key off of there. Yeah. No more emissions.